Well, you know what some people would say, and I mean it's true of people that become really engaged with like pets or dolls or whatever, is that it's just really low demand.
Right.
You don't have to really do anything. You don't have to engage. You don't have to interact. And so it's a regressive sort of thing to a really low demand relationship, so you don't have to engage in a healthy relationship. But the truth is, you have friends and family, and you're engaged at every level, right? Because I have to tell you, as I see this, I think some people can get over-involved in this kind of stuff. You don't strike me that way at all. This, to me, and this is what we were talking about before, the difference between an obsession and a hobby. Now, when we were talking to you, you used the word obsessed to describe yourself, but I think you used it in kind of a lay term, like you're really into them.
I'm over top on
like,
everything, really.
But that sounds to me like a hobby.
It is a hobby.
Like a passion. Because for something to be an obsession, that means that it involuntarily crowds into your consciousness, pushes other things out of the way, and you can't think, you can't act, you can't do things. That's what obsession is. You see that in obsessive compulsives, where they have to wash their hands all the time for a sense of control. And so they can't go fix dinner because they're busy washing their hands. They can't go to the movie with their friends because they're busy washing their hands. It's so intrusive. That doesn't seem at all what's going on with you. This seems like a habit.
It's
a hobby.
Yeah, it's a hobby and a passion. And I have to tell you, the responses you get, when I purchase a doll, occasionally you shouldn't leave, I mean, we don't know yet, but you shouldn't leave them in sunlight for any length of time. And if I have one, I've actually had an incident where I came to my car and this couple were getting ready to call the police because they thought I left a sleeping baby in my car.
Yeah, can I see the...
Sure.
See
and
the
so
baby?
now I have to, if I ever have one I've purchased or I'm taking to someone to deliver, I have to take it in with me because I can't afford to have the windows fixed on my car.
Wow, that is real looking when you look at it. And actually, that's the way I held our babies, too. I mean, I don't know. Their heads would bob all around and stuff. Okay, but and it's like the right weight and everything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, really, a lot of thought goes into this. I mean, people, you know, they figure the balance of the weight and they look at the skin texture, and you know, we were showing her the other day. They looked really.
Some of them look very real, but the creepy. I got to tell you, the creepy thing is, and I think you would agree with me. When their eyes are closed and they're just laying in a cradle, they look dead.
Sure.
I mean, they don't. Once you kind of get over the momentary, it looks real, it's like a house full of dead babies. Not to be really morbid, but I mean, doesn't that sort of
doll
lose
collecting's
its appeal?
been going on for years and years and years. No. That's the beauty of these. They're really low maintenance in the long run.
Well, how much have you spent on these things, roughly?
Are you talking dolls in general or reborns?
This is not an essay question.
Well, I mean, there's a difference.
No, I mean, how much have you put into this hobby?
Okay, but am I going to be on your segment for divorcees when I convey this?
Maybe, but there won't be a custody fight.
I'm kidding. No, true. No, probably between the paints, you know, the paint, the hair that's really not too inexpensive, but you don't use a lot, and...
Aren't we talking 50 grand here?
No.
Catherine.
No.
You told me.
Between...
50 grand.
No. You need to show the whole thing.
Don't
I said
lie.
between 40 to 50,000 total on dolls in the last 14 years.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. It's for 40, 50 grand.
For dolls, not this particular kind. Right.
Yeah, well, no. Well,
But that's including antique cradles and cribs and high chairs. And
She puts diapers on the babies.
Oh, sure. They fill the clothes out.
This is really a hobby for y'all, and you get joy out of it.
Right.
And it doesn't interfere with your life. It doesn't intrude on anything.
I mean, I sat with all of them. They're very nice, normal women. But to me, it did seem like when you told me that when you go to a doll show and you see a doll that's, you know, a couple of grand, and you kind of make like a soul connection with it because it looks slightly to the left of another one that you have, and you just can't, you'd want to leave, but you have to go back and get it. It's like almost like you're adopting a baby.
I said you'll go out and you'll pick up a doll and you'll go, no, I don't need that. And then you might come back and go, why does that doll remind me of something? And then you might gravitate toward it because you go, oh my golly, that reminds me of a little boy I had to babysit.
Okay, I vote hobby on this. Y'all vote hobby, or if you say hobby, raise your hand. If you say obsession, raise your hand. A few of you think, I think it's a hobby.
Thank you.
And I hope you continue to enjoy it.
Love
It looks
it.
fun to me. I
Thank
mean, I
you.
wouldn't do it, but if it's what lights you up, light it up.